Okay, thank you, Mr. Philip. In the next few minutes, we'll be having everybody joining us. It's going to be live streamed live on Facebook. And,
okay.
For those that can't join on Zoom, they will join us on Facebook. You are very much welcome to this program. Officially, we've not started the program. They were being live streamed while others join us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, you're most welcome if you are just joining this program. In the next 5 minutes, we shall start in earnest. And we have our guest speaker here. And may I also inform you that this program is being live streamed on Facebook. The link to join on Facebook has been shared already. So you can as well use that link if you cannot connect on Zoom with us. Okay. Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dr. Usaze Joshua Basekio Semige. I welcome you all to this program. For the past few days, we've been on WhatsApp talking about healthcare administration. And we saw a lot of good things about healthcare administration that really opened our eyes to so much that we never knew about. We also went as far as looking at healthcare administration in several countries like Australia, US, UK, and Africa, even Canada too. We saw their peculiar nature and how theirs is being run. We also looked at healthcare administration against the background of mental health, public health, and caregivers. In light of the above overview, I also want to say that we are taking this further by bringing an expert, an authority in the field of healthcare administration, to talk to us about healthcare administration briefly, because we've studied everything we need to know. He needs to just put flesh to the whole thing that we've been talking about to know. He's going to tell us what healthcare administration looks like practically, because that is what he does every day. And he's eminently qualified to do that. He's here with us. And at any moment from now, I'll be calling him over to introduce himself, and we go ahead. This is going to be a very short program. We intend to make it a 30 minutes, at most 40 minutes program, but the most we can go is 1 hour. But our guest speaker is going to just talk for 30 minutes, and we are going to ask questions for the remaining few minutes available. I will be nominating those that will be asking questions. So, and we have very simple rules here on Plage Metaverse. This is Plage Metaverse, the first serious learning platform in Africa, giving you the best form of education, regardless of wherever you are. Yeah, we have very simple rules here. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, just type yes, please. Excellent. So it means everybody can hear me. We have very simple rules on our Zoom sessions. Please, Rasak, put down your hands. We don't want you to raise your hand until you are called to ask any question. Now, our rules are very simple. As soon as you log in, you have to put off your mic. We can do that for you. We want everybody to get used to that. That is the process here. Very simple process. Number two, you are not expected to be lying down when the class is on or when the program is going on. It's just like you're in a classroom and you are sleeping or lying down in the classroom. I'm sure no trainer or your fellow students, nobody will want to take that. We don't also allow participants to eat or drink while the program is going on. Yeah, we don't allow that. And finally, we expect that everybody should pay attention. A situation where you put off your video and you come back to ask questions that have been treated already. It's not too nice pulling everybody backwards. So I will say all that, we are ready to move ahead. And once again, I want to ask if you can hear me, just type yes. I want to be sure you are carrying everybody along. Yes, so if you can't hear me, then you have to do something about your audio. All the same, we are making an effort to record this program. We also have persons on Facebook following this program live. So if you can't log in here, then go to Facebook and join. So we're making every effort to see that nobody is left behind. Okay, it's time for us to call in our guest speaker, in person of Mr. Philip Tekumbo. Mr. Philip Tekumbo, good evening. Mr. Philip Tekumbo, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, good evening.
Good evening. Sorry.
Good evening, Mr. Philip.
Good evening.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's time for us to get across to you to talk to us about healthcare administration. But before then, we would like a brief introduction from you.
Okay. Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Takumbo Philip. I am a Chief Admin Officer with the Federal Medical Center, Makodi. I have a BSc in Public Administration and a Master's in Health Administration from Kenyatta University in Nairobi. That should be enough.
Okay, thank you. We've posted your profile already in various classes, so I want to believe that everybody must have gotten through your profile. So we might not need to go through all that. I want to hand over the session to you to quickly tell us about healthcare administration as it's practically done where you are right now. Just give us a view of what it means to be an administrator in the healthcare sector.
Yeah. Good evening once again.
Thank you.
Yeah, healthcare administration is not just like any other management. It is peculiar because in health you have a higher number of professionals in a single sector. That's number one. Number two, health administrators, in a way, they are called managers or managers. They are managers or managers in the sense that healthcare, human resources for health is divided into two. We have clinical and non-clinical. The clinical human resource for health are those that deal directly with patients. Groups like doctors, nurses, pharmacists, radiographers, laboratory scientists, and the rest of others. Then we have the non-clinical, where the administrator is, the accountant is, the generator operator is, an auditor is, and a procurement officer is. So why do I say health management is peculiar? It is peculiar because a doctor is managing the patient with a nurse. That's manager number one. And the administrator is managing the doctor or the clinical professional. That's why I say we're managers or managers. That's number one. Number two, according to the WHO, there are about 6 building blocks to strengthen our health in the world. Human resources for health is 1, healthcare financing is 2, health information is 3, drugs and technology is 3, and etc. The health professional is the coordinator of the remaining 5 blocks of healthcare. Why do I say so? The administrator, the role of an administrator in the hospital is just like any other administrator as well. We employ, we train, we promote, we retrain, we punish, and we retire. Those are basic roles of an health administrator. Why do I say so? Why do I say so? I feel so because I said an administrator is different from any other administrator in the other sectors because there are some distinguishing factors. One, number one factor that distinguishes a health administrator from any other administrator is that you have a knowledge of health information. If you cannot just tell a health administrator that about 5 patients came to the hospital and 2 died.
Yeah,
about statistics and health information.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. We can hear you.
Okay, all right. Yeah. Because of his knowledge of the health blocks in healthcare management, which is health information. Hello?
Okay, go ahead. We can hear you.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying the difference between an ordinary administrator and a head administrator is that a head administrator is able to distinguish between the raw data that is presented to him. A head administrator is able to know that if we say within this population, within this population of patients in the hospital, and the number of patients died, is able to know that to change this raw information into statistics, into percentage. That's number one. Number two, a health administrator, in terms of planning, is the only administrator that cannot predict what will happen to him tomorrow, because you have your plans today, and maybe there's an epidemic in the next hour, and your plans, maybe your annual plan changes because of the epidemic or pandemic. Those are the intricacies in health administration. Disaster management too is part of it. You plan for a year, and the next couple of hours, you have a disaster. You have to go back to adjust your plan to make a way to accommodate the disaster. I earlier made mention of the peculiarity of the health administrator. I was saying that in health administration is where we have the highest number of professionals in the whole professions. We have about up to 20 professionals in one sector. So managing them becomes difficult. That's why in most cases you discover that the highest number of strikes we have in Nigeria comes from the health sector. Demands are different. Level of education is different. Qualifications are different. Different professionals, and you have to work to accommodate all. Another aspect of day-to-day roles of a human an administrator is, as I mentioned earlier, we recruit. Hello? Hello?
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
An administrator in the health sector recruit just like any other administrator in any other sector. We promote, and because you cannot employ and allow you as a way of enticing your employee to do more. You train to. There are a lot of new developments in the health sector, even in the management of patients, with the event of social media and internet. There's a lot of challenges, there's a lot of changes in the health sector. So you have to train your staff to be abreast with new development in the sector. where they err. You use your carrot and stick approach. You motivate by promotion, and you punish where there is need. And you retire to. Productivity drops with age. And in line with the federal government policy of retirement at 70 in health sector 2, at the age of 60 years or 35 years of service in the health sector 2, once you attain any of these, which one that comes first, you retire. So mostly those are the roles of a health administration as tertiary institutions too. Mostly the hospitals are run by committees. You have different committees in the health sector. You have ethics. You have a committee on communicable disease, and so on. So the administration provides secretariat and guide for all those committees. Yeah, so those are normally, basically, the roles of head administrator in a hospital. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Philip Tekungu, a very quiet person. I want to appreciate you for giving us your time today, talking to us. Very rare to get you talking. Yeah, you are a real administrator to the core. You do the job and talk less. Now, we appreciate your time. I think it's time for our students to ask 1 or 2 questions. Please, questions should be restricted to health administration, and as it concerns the practical aspect of it, as being discussed by Mr. Philip Tekum. Any other question about the class, the training, your certificate, please should not be asked here, should be reserved for your facilitators in your various classes. As soon as we finish this, complete this session on Zoom, you'll be asked to go back to your WhatsApp group, meet your facilitator, and start processing your certificates. We encourage you to do that. So I'm seeing so many hands. Like I said, we're not going to spend so much time here. We just have about 10 minutes to spend so that we can process our certificates for the night and call it a day. I will take just 3 questions, and after that, we'll ask some specific questions from Mr. Philip. Okay, Ayodeji Abdul Rauf. What's your question? Very brief and straightforward, please.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Oh, thank you so much, our speaker. My question just goes as thus. There have been, most of our hospitals in these days, in terms of the MD of most of our hospitals, from this lecture so far, from the beginning till today, I've seen that health administrators are the ones that are supposed to be in charge of managing the hospitals. But a situation whereby the doctors are the one dominating that role, is it not of concern to us as health administrators? Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Philip, over to you.
Yeah, that has been the outcry, and anywhere in the world, the head administrator is the one in charge of the hospital. Because at some point, you see a doctor without any management experience. As it is, I can't say this is the reason why it is so. I can't say, but it is happening. there's a lot of rivalry in the health sector. With, as you know, they have, even from the salary payment, they assume the level of hazard should not be the same, because other professionals in the health sector don't have direct contact with the patient. And that their level of training, the number of years they spent on the job, the health sector should be theirs. They give you reference to the Justice Ministry.
Okay, I think we've lost him. His audio is bad from his end, so we can't hear him right now. Let's hope we can. Okay. Okay, Mr. Philip, you are back, right?
Yes, I'm back.
Okay, so you can go ahead now.
Yeah, I had a discussion like some hours ago with my colleague, who is a doctor, that we started work the same day, and she happens to be the acting medical director. So I told her that, see, madam, we came here the same day, and today you are the acting medical director, and I'm not even qualified to apply to be the director of me. Because I was told I should have 25 years experience, but you are here. So what's the difference? So that's how the health sector is. Nobody can tell exactly what it is, but it is happening. So we have accepted it the way it is.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Philip. I know you are giving out measured responses on this, because it's a very delicate area to talk about. Okay, let's Minima.
Yeah.
What's your question, Minima? Please,
okay,
we all need to know
evening,
that we have
everyone.
people viewing from Facebook too, from all over the world on this program. Over to you, Minima. What's your question?
Thank you. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Can you hear me? Okay, I'm speaking from River State, Port Harcourt.
Your audio is very low. Maybe you should use your, maybe you're using your earpiece.
Yes, I am using my earpiece. I think I have increased it.
That's why it's not too clear.
Wow. Okay. Sorry.
Are you there?
Okay.
Yes, I'm there.
Okay, over to you.
Okay, I said my name is Minima Henry. I speak from River State, Port Harcourt.
Okay.
Please, I didn't join from the beginning, so I cannot say much about anything here.
Hello? Hello, Minima. Okay, we've lost him. Let's move on to someone else. Casey, what's your question? Just 1 minute. Casey, over to you. What's your question?
I missed this stuff.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Hello. Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Mr. Philip, for your explanation. Now, my question is that, like as you rightly said, that the person you resume work with the same day is now the medical director, and you are still where you are. And you said that there is nothing that they can do about it. So is there no way maybe a legislator can be worked on in such a way that that can be, changed? Because it's discouraging whereby you resume work with somebody and now the person is a medical director and you are still far, far low because you are an administrator, because you are not a medical doctor. Can't we pull resources together and say, okay, it should not continue that way, so that it can encourage the people who are in that medical administration department and those that want to come into it, like us that are undergoing this training? That is my
Okay,
question.
Casey, yeah, thank
Yes,
you. I think you've almost answered your question yourself. You can start by just putting up a write-up, pushing it through the National Assembly, or whatever process it needs to go to. Just do your investigation, do your research, and I'm sure you can have your own input. If everybody, yourself, myself, and every other person decides to start talking about this, there will definitely be a change. Like the case of HND and degree, I'm sure there were a lot of complaints from here and there, and today that has been tackled. Oh, it took so many years, but at least it was tackled. Yeah, thank you.
you're welcome, sir.
Jesse, are you okay?
Yes, I'm okay. Because
Okay,
that's what I'm saying.
Very
I'm
good.
okay.
Yeah,
So that we can have to work on it to encourage the incoming people, not to
thank
just
you,
leave
thank
it.
you. Okay, one more person, then we'll ask some special questions that will be useful to everybody. Ibrahim Youssef. Ibrahim Youssef. Are you there?
Please, I can hear you.
Okay, go ahead.
Please,
You want to ask? What's your question?
Yeah, my question is,
Where are you from, please?
okay, I'm Ibrahim Yusi from Bichim, Ghana.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you, sir. The question is, as a head administrator, the slides and the information given on our training. Most of the developed countries has some structures. If you look at the USA and other developed countries, UK, Australia, and stuff like that, is the health administrator who manages, and kind of the briefing he gave us, he kind of motivate, recruit, and hire people on health-related issues for us to all get safe we want. But in our part of the world, if you look at the way our system is structured, it's kind of the medical doctor or the superintendent of the facility who is always in charge, who hasn't having kind of management training in terms of managing people or its own facility. So how are we going to also bring out strategies and advocacy for us to also bring out this innovation for us to also get good or quality health service in our part of the world?
Okay, if you notice, thank you for that question. If you notice, during the training, effort was made to showcase what health administration looks like in other countries, what we may call advanced countries. And the essence of doing that is to conscientize or draw our attention to the ideal case or how it ought to be. And with such knowledge, it is easy for people to come together and push for this change, for things to be done the right way. I think I haven't gone through this course, apart from preparing you to become a health administrator, it also prepares you and your mind to be able to work towards making things work the way it is being done in other climes. Just like you said, in our part of the world, things are always done a bit differently. But with time, with knowledge, with information, and with association, some of these things can be corrected. I don't know if I've answered your question, Brian Yusuf. I've answered your question.
Very well.
Hello, Ibrahim Yusuf.
Yes. I don't know if you can hear me. I'm saying that it's very well noted.
Yeah. Hello. Say what? Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
No, I'm saying that well noted. Well noted.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. I want once more. I want to ask Mr. Philip to tell us or give us an advice for those people coming into the field of health administration, the opportunities there, both here and maybe outside the country, and what advice does he have for them? Over to you, Mr. Philip.
Okay, good evening once again.
Thank you.
Yeah, there are a lot of opportunities in the health sector. It has gone to a point that even individuals, even administrators are owning hospitals. So there are a lot of opportunities in the health sector, especially even if you are not a doctor, because of a lot of public health challenges. If you go out to see adverts on job adverts, you see that most of the jobs are related to like health information and management. So there are a lot of opportunities in the health sector. But as I said earlier, it is also important. There's specific courses that usher you into the health administration proper, that you can boast of being a health administrator. Health administration is different from reading history, reading public administration, reading political science. I mentioned it earlier, before you become a health administrator, you have to go into specialize, go into courses like you have an idea of what is health information, you have an idea of epidemiology, you have an idea of medical statistics, you have an idea of even disaster management. Yeah. So health administration is not just health administration. This is not just like any general administration. You have, these are the courses that usher you into the health administration proper. It is far above just reading social sciences or humanities in the university.
Thank you very much, Mr. Philip, for that piece of advice. And I want to believe that it's all taken. This course has exposed us to the possibility of becoming health administrators. It has given us the awareness that is so much needed. It has made us to understand that there are opportunities there. Rather than going one direction, we can now say, okay. And just like what Mr. Philip said, there are other things you need to do to really improve your chances of getting jobs as health administrators. And if you notice during the class, we sent you links on how you can create your account on United Nations and United Nations Volunteers portal. We also sent you links on how you can do courses with UNICEF and WHO, then disaster ready, where you can even get certifications. These are opportunities open to you, just like he said, where you can study disaster management, you can study all other related subject areas that makes even this certificate you are getting this night to be even bigger and stronger for you. Coupled with the fact that you can decide to take up internship opportunities, volunteer opportunities with organizations. Even if you aren't going to pay you, just do it. It gives you the opportunity to have practical knowledge. So this night, while you are getting your certificate, go back to the details, those links we sent towards the end of the course yesterday night. Take advantage of those courses, study them, beef up your CV, beef up your profile, and couple with the healthcare executive diploma healthcare certificate you are getting now. The sky will be your limit. You discover that you've started making serious progress in life. Once again, I want to thank Mr. Philip. I want to appreciate your time. I want to say that we really cherish your time here. It has really thrown light into what we'll be talking about for the past 3 days in the class. I want to also appreciate those of you on Facebook. Yes, you are so much appreciated, and want to let you know that this is La Plage Metaverse. We are doing what we know how to do best. And our aim is to ensure that everybody have access to education, no matter where you are, no matter who you are, no matter your level. We have lecturers, we have professors, we have doctors, we have lawyers, we have magistrates, we have high-ranking military officers, we have police officers, people from different backgrounds. And we have students from over 25 countries taking courses with us, and in some cases online, over 100 countries taking courses with us. And that is because we do it in a very unique way. And you are opportunity to be part of this. Do not let it fritter away. Do not let it go away. Take advantage of it, and hope to see you in another class again. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank
I really
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for the
Thank you
class.
very much.
Very much.
Thank you very much, sir. God bless you.
Thank
We are
you.
grateful
God
for the
bless
lecture.
you. God
Thank you
bless
very
you.
much.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you
God
very
bless you.
much. Thank you
Very
very
much.
much.
God bless
Much.
you. Thank
God
you.
bless you.
See you tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Good one. And now that part of
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You are blessed, sir. Much.
Thank
God
you. Good
bless you.
night.
God bless
But at
you.
least we were able to get some money. Good.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
God bless.
God continue to lift you high. Bye bye.
Thank you very much.
So great. So great. Bless. Bye bye. Bless you.
God bless you, sir.
All. Love you all. Love you all.
Night.
Okay. All.
Bye.
Did it go round?
Yeah. Love you all.
Mr. Philip, sir.
Love you all.
Philip.
Love you all.
People were raising their hands to ask
Love you all.
See behind corner in the WhatsApp.
Bless you.
Mr. Philip, sir.
Kelly.
Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you.
With you.
Thank you so much. God bless you. Wash your Watch your soup before you pour it.
All right.
Love you all. Bye.
But without clarification or without any clarification of the number in the desk, it will incorporate it with a the number that was not very combined. The candidate may not know number we find the candidate number, we find the desk number on the desk that is different. We find the number on the desk different from the candidate number. Àwọn explanation rẹ̀ ni bíi pé inú jẹ́ kí candidate number fi different tí ò fi mọ̀ òun ti explain.
Video chat kind of.
Will the candidate dictate his for a lè lo decide náà bó mo sọ pé torí kò tó wà lórí tébù mi mo sọ pé
Ọmọ rẹ̀.
sọ pé nọ́mbà nìkan ló yàtọ̀ níbẹ̀.
Ọmọ rẹ̀.
Kò sí ẹ́sílẹ̀.